The following is a clip from the Periodic Review of Nasiok, also known as the best f***ing show in the world. Check it out at review.nasiok.com. Since we first started building our project car, we've had more and more help from our friends at Synaptic 3. A few months ago, we decided to make it official. From now on, Synaptic 3 will be performing all the work on our project car and treating it as if it belonged to one of their customers. Our car will receive the same meticulous attention to detail that Synaptic has built its reputation on.
Today we'll be installing 3 gauges on the project car from the Mad Dad series of gauges. And the reason that we've decided to go with those is because they're electronic gauges. They have warnings and settable parameters. They are going to be boost pressure, fuel pressure, and oil pressure. And we'll be installing them in a carbon fiber hood, which is hard to damage. Here at Synaptic 3, we take a very serious approach to the way we install and deal with electronics. First off, most of the gauges that come from all various manufacturers come pre-packaged with scotch locks, butt connectors, splices, all kinds of things to make the install easy. We throw these away. So we solder everything, heat shrink that soldered connection, tape wrap it, and then loom it. And that happens on everything we do, even under the dash. Gauges are the window into the health of your engine. One of the things that we like to suggest to our customers is that they install gauges prior to doing any other modifications to their car. This gives them the ability to A, monitor the improvements that they've made to their car, but B, give them that safety measure of knowing what the car is doing, and if there is a problem, they can see it before it becomes a catastrophic problem. The gauges we'll be installing today are electrical gauges. One of the reasons we like to do electrical gauges is because you're not bringing fluids into the cabin. Even though we use grommets everywhere, we'd still prefer not to have those types of things like fuel, oil, coolant coming into the cabin where the passenger resides. For the boost pressure gauge, we're going to tap into a line that shows us boost pressure and vacuum. The project car happens to be turboed, so in this case we need to have a boost pressure gauge so we know exactly what boost pressure we're running. You don't want to have a situation where you're over boosting and don't know. An oil pressure gauge is an important gauge on any car, but specifically on Subarus, because of the fact that they're a boxer style engine, they have less tolerance to low oil or oil level. To install the oil pressure gauge, first we're going to install the sender. There are 2 ways to approach the install of the sender. One is to use a galley plug, or the other option is to use a sandwich adapter on your oil filter. We're going to go that route with Project Car because we want the ability to add additional sensors later. Fuel pressure is probably the most overlooked gauge, especially on a turbocharged car. To install the fuel pressure gauge, you're going to basically tee the sensor into the feed line. What comes supplied with the Mad Dad gauge is a brass barb fitting, basically that just gets cut and spliced into the line with hose clamps. I can't stress enough how important it is to know that you have proper fuel pressure. On a boosted car, that is the lifeblood of your engine. If you don't have fuel pressure, you're going to have a toasted motor. End of story. Basically, once you've installed your sender, then it comes down to running your electrical lines to your gauge and plugging it in. Anywhere we pass wires through a firewall, we put a grommet there. There always needs to be a grommet. Vibration will cause the wires to move slightly and chafe, and eventually that chafing will cause the wire to get either cut or short out, and you can either fry your electronics or cause a fire. So grommets are very important.
As Ron set to work running the wires for our gauges, Synaptic 3's reputation for attention to detail and never cutting corners became obvious. Every part of the install was well planned and carefully thought out. The Mad Dad Clarity gauges are beautiful. These things look great, work great, and come packed with features that you'd only find on gauges costing tons more money. With the gauges installed in our project car, we're finally ready to start adding power. Stay tuned. In upcoming episodes, we'll be performing modifications to extract more horses from our 2-liter turbo, and we'll be getting it ready for the track with help from Synaptic 3.